Hey everybody, it's me, Susan. I thought I'd hop on here and do a solo show today. The conversation that I'm having with all of my clients is around, of course, AI. I feel like AI is eating innovation for breakfast these days. And the piece that clients keep coming to me for is the human side of AI, the storytelling side of AI. And there's a lot of reasons for that. First and foremost, I was not so shocked, but happy to read that companies like Anthropic are hiring storytellers in droves to the tune of around $500,000 in annual salary. Why is that? Because their own AI can't tell the story of Anthropic even as effectively as humans can, even though the AI was designed supposedly to do just that. It seems to me almost that the phrase artificial intelligence just screams that it wasn't built for us humans. That maybe some branding executive in there might have considered calling it something like natural wisdom or organic consciousness or something, just to allow us to believe it could be something bigger than ourselves. It's neither of those things, of course, but as users, and God, I even hate the term users to describe humans, we can't forget that we're the shot callers, not the AI. And our listeners are humans. And if you haven't learned yet, it's empathy that is the bridge between AI and true connection with your listener or your reader. And I'm really curious if you're feeling it. I feel like we're in this profound moment of disconnection, that AI is taking us a little bit further away from our fellow humans rather than bringing us together. And I'm curious if you're feeling it too. I'm hearing from clients that employees are being asked to trust systems that they don't understand or that even might displace them. And leaders are being pressured to deploy tools even faster than they were before, faster maybe even than their teams can absorb them. And customers are interacting with these AI powered experiences, right? Even the chatbot at Chipotle, in theory, can do code for you if you query it appropriately. That these AI powered experiences are feeling really hollow. And in that kind of environment, empathy isn't a soft skill, it's the most strategic skill on the table. So, for those of you who are designing AI systems, designing AI strategies, or rolling out AI, how much are you thinking about empathy, true human empathy? Please don't put empathy into your AI model and ask it what it is. Ask yourself, what do you actually want your user to feel? What do you want your team to feel? That's where the connection starts, at the emotion, not at the data. Think of empathy as the secret ingredient that turns a promising AI implementation into one that actually sticks with your team. Only by really understanding the people affected by your innovation, whether they're frontline workers worried about their roles, or stakeholders who are managing risk, or customers who just really want to feel heard, you can craft a story that resonates and reduces resistance and actually drives outcomes and action, getting to those KPIs that you really care about. But it won't happen ever without empathy. I suppose you could do it with threat, but if you actually want long-term success, you're going to have to start with empathy. So I'm curious if you've ever dealt with this. You're rolling out a new AI tool and you're genuinely excited about it, but then you're seeing adoption stall. The technology works, the ROI is solid, but people are quietly brooding around it. They're finding ways to not have to use the new AI tool. They're working on the old systems because those are the ones they feel most comfortable with. Now, I don't know if you're familiar with this, but each time we ask someone to try a new tool that they've never used before, you're actually asking someone to give up something much more than the old way of doing things. You're asking them to give up mastery. And for people who have built their careers, reputations, and salary on using a particular tool with a very specific outcome, one that's predictable, not probable, but predictable and knowable. You're asking someone to go back to the back of the line and feel like a freshman on their first day of high school. And that sensation, that disconnect from having total mastery over the old system to going and trying something new for the majority of the population is absolutely terrifying. And what it causes inside of the office is real disconnection that people feel at work. And it's really only getting worse. The faster AI moves, the more disoriented people feel. And when humans feel disconnected from the why behind the change you're trying to make, they just naturally disengage. They don't want to be there. They don't want to use it. It makes them feel like an imposter. And it's not out of stubbornness, it's out of self-preservation. Empathy is how you rebuild that with simple statements like, I know this can feel like we're going back to first grade and learning something new. The good news is we're learning it all together. That people say, I don't know how I'm going to make this work within the projects that I currently have. You're asking people to take time away and use a new tool. Make sure that you train them. Make sure that the training is adequate to the task. If you're rolling out an AI strategy and you have very specific timelines within which the work needs to get done, make it clear that it's going to take a lot of extra effort. And it's going to even maybe take some nights or maybe an occasional weekend in order to get faster by going slower first. So I'm really curious, how are you addressing the empathy chasm in your office? Do you have a plan for humanizing your AI rollout? There are very specific ways that you can make this process less intimidating, less terrifying, and maybe even a little exciting or empowering for your teams. If you'd like to learn more about this, I would love to help you. I'm going to put in the show notes a link where you can reach out to me directly, or you can just respond about when you're listening to this. And I will give you my 4-step plan of how to do AI with empathy, because without it, you are not going to bring the humans along on the AI journey. And I really want to be able to help you with it. So just reach out to me. I'm happy to send it to you. It's going to make all the difference in the world.